Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to another video, as today I am here to rank my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year, also known as 2021. Hopefully these movies stick to coming out this year, and hopefully I have an opportunity to watch at least most of these in theaters. So with that said, let's get right down into it. But first, I got a good amount of honorable mentions, and the first one I got here is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I don't know much about this character, however, I'm obviously interested in seeing it because it's the MCU. I also believe the Mandarin is coming back in here, so pretty hyped about that. Next up, we also got Eternals, another Marvel movie, and the reason it didn't make it to my top 10 list is because I don't know a single thing about the Eternals, other than it has a pretty good cast with Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, a jacked Kumail Nanjiani, and Chloe Zhao is also directing it, and I really liked her film of The Writer. I haven't seen Nomadland, but speaking of Nomadland is also one of my honorable mentions. I didn't know whether it counts as a 2020 movie or a 2021 movie, but I haven't seen it yet. It's slated to come out, I believe, as a wide release in 2021, so it is an honorable mention. Obviously, it's getting tons of buzz right now, and I'm sure it's going to do some great things at the Oscars whenever that comes around. And next up, we also have Minari with Steven Yeun. The trailer looks fantastic. Again, lots of buzz around this one. Another one is Judah and the Black Messiah. I believe that this comes out next month. You'll have Daniel Kaluuya in there, who looks phenomenal in this movie. You also have Lakeith Stanfield, Jesse Plemons. I love me some Jesse Plemons, and this movie looks great. The trailer was fantastic. Really looking forward to this one. Next up, we have Matthew Vaughn's The King's Man. While I was disappointed by Kingsman and the Golden Circle, I still have faith in Matthew Vaughn that he'll pull off something good with The King's Man, which is obviously not a continuation of The Kingsman with Eggsy and Colin Firth and all that, but it's a prequel with The Kingsman, and the trailers look pretty good. I think this could be a fun movie. And next up, we have The Last Duel, which is going to be directed by Ridley Scott and stars Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and Adam Driver. So right there, you already got yourself an honorable mention, excuse me. But we haven't seen any footage yet, so it doesn't make that top 10 because I haven't really seen anything from this movie. Now, next up on my honorable mentions is Fast 9. Now, if it wasn't for that trailer that came out almost a year ago, it's kind of hard to believe that, but if it wasn't for that trailer, I'm not gonna lie, it got me really hyped, and if you saw my trailer reaction, you would know that it got me really hyped. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty interested in seeing it. I do think the last Fast and the Furious definitely took a little bit of a dip in quality, but I'm still looking forward to this one. And last on my honorable mentions is Nightmare Alley, which is Guillermo del Toro's upcoming movie, starring Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, and Ron Perlman. So right there, you already got yourself an honorable mention. You have the crew there, you just need to execute. And the same thing with Last Duel, but again, same thing with Last Duel, I haven't seen any footage from either movie, so it doesn't quite get into that top 10. But speaking of top 10, let's now go into my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. And coming in at number 10 is Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, I am nervous about this one a little bit because James Wan is not directing this one, which has me a little nervous. You have the guy from The Curse of La Llorona directing this one, and I wasn't a big fan of that movie, so you do have me a little on edge there. But the first two Conjuring movies I think are absolutely awesome. A total blast, those two movies, both directed by James Wan, and sadly he's not coming back to direct this one, but they've already established so many great things in the first two movies, especially with the characters of Ed and Lorraine Warren. So just with that, I'm already looking forward to Conjuring 3. And next up is another horror movie, and coming in at number 9 is Halloween Kills. Now, I liked the first Halloween movie. I wouldn't say I loved it. Now I'm talking about 2018 Halloween, not the original John Carpenter Halloween, but I also enjoyed that one too. But I liked the 2018 Halloween movie. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And I thought the little teaser that they did about, say, 6 months ago, I believe, when that came out, I thought that was cool, but I'm looking forward to this one. And coming in at number 8 is Mission Impossible 7. I'm really loving this franchise, I gotta tell you. The last few entries have been just fantastic. Ever since Mission Impossible 3, it's just been going up, 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 and it's been just great stuff. Also enjoyed the first 2 movies, but starting with Mission Impossible 3, that's when it started to turn into Mission Impossible. And coming in at number 7 is Black Widow. Now, I've enjoyed the trailers for this movie. Again, a Black Widow movie isn't, I wouldn't say just me, but a lot of people weren't really asking for it. But again, it looks good. You have Florence Pugh in there. You have David Harbour in there. You got Rachel Weisz in there. It looks like it could be a really solid action movie in there. And I'm guessing it's going to set up a good amount of things for the MCU moving ahead in Phase 4. And coming in at number 6 is Coming to America. I am so pumped for this movie. The whole gang is coming back. You got Craig Brewer helming the project, and like Nightmare Alley, like The Last Duel, you got the squad there. You just need to execute, and hopefully this one is executed very well, and I definitely have faith. I wasn't a big fan of the trailer. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it didn't really move my excitement needle very much, but they all look great. Now, coming in at number 5 is Godzilla versus King Kong, and it's just an absolute tragedy that we've had to wait more than a year to see these titans fight on the big screen, and that's why I have this movie up so high. I don't know how good it's gonna be as a movie, but just seeing King Kong versus Godzilla on the big screen, that right there gets you a number 5 spot on my most anticipated list, because if you're telling me what would you rather see right now on that big screen, Coming to America or Godzilla fighting King Kong in a big giant city? I'm sorry, I'm very excited for Coming to America, but I'll put that off for a little bit, and because I gotta watch Godzilla versus King Kong on the big screen. That's just chills right there. That is nerd chills. And coming in at number 4 is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I am very excited for this movie. I have a feeling James Gunn is just gonna go all out with this film, and you kind of already saw that with that little sneak peek, and I have a feeling that this movie is gonna be an absolute blast of an action movie, maybe one of the best action movies we've seen in maybe in a long time. I don't know, but I have high hopes in this movie and what it's going to do. And coming in at number 3 is John Krasinski's A Quiet Place 2. And what's even sadder with A Quiet Place 2 is that we were less than a week away from seeing A Quiet Place 2. Just think of that. We were less than a week to a week away from seeing A Quiet Place 2 when everything shut down and got delayed. That's how close we were to seeing this movie. A lot of people have already seen this movie, and we were hearing some good things as far as I could remember. I mean, it's felt like an eternity since then, but A Quiet Place 2, pumped for it. It was one of my favorite movies of 2018, and I have a feeling this is going to be a silent but deadly movie in a good way. But coming in at number 2 is Spider-Man 3, a movie that has had a lot of chatter lately, and I mean, it's number 2 for a reason. You have all these rumors of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man coming back, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man coming back, which are most likely true, Doc Ock coming back, Jamie Foxx's Electro coming back. We've heard some things about Daredevil, Charlie Cox's Daredevil. I don't think that's going to happen, but you're hearing all of this stuff that's going to go down in Spider-Man 3, plus Doctor Strange. I'm telling you, this could be a fun ride, or it can be a messy one, and that's why I'm a little apprehensive with Spider-Man 3, because I'm like, I don't know, is this going to be a little bit of a mess? But I have faith in the MCU and Kevin Feige and what they're going to do with Spider-Man 3. I'm sure it's going to be great. But coming in at number 1, and it's insane that this movie's number 1, and that's Dune. Now, I don't know a single thing about Dune. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know a single thing about Dune. And for this movie to be number 1 and me not knowing a single thing about Dune, that's something to applaud. And that just shows how high of an expectation, and not just with me, but with everybody there is for this movie. You got Denis Villeneuve. You got an awesome cast with Timothée Chalamet, Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaac, Zendaya. That's just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. There is such a great cast with this movie, and you're hearing that this could be the start of an awesome sci-fi franchise, and that's what gets me. That's what gets me, because if it is, I don't want to miss out on that, okay? I want to see this on the big screen if that is to be true, and if it is as awesome as everybody is saying it's going to be, because I will not miss out on that, and I have trust in Denis Villeneuve, and like with a lot of movies that I've mentioned, it has the squad there. It just needs to execute, and I have a good feeling that it will execute. And that is my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. And leave a comment down in the comment section below of what your top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021 is. You can also follow me at The Kid Critic on Instagram or at ADTheMovieMan on Letterboxd. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because that is very important. And as always in every single video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.